Hey guys, it's Coaster Confusion here. As many of you know, Six Flags New England is my home park. The park is home to 11 roller coasters. Even though this is not the largest Six Flags park, I love it. I have a special place in my heart for every single coaster here, so I will be ranking them. Keep in mind that most of my opinions may be biased because this is my home park. So let's not waste any more time. Here are all of the coasters at Six Flags New England ranked. At number 12, we have Catwoman's Whip. Catwoman's Whip is a Zero family coaster located in the DC section of the park. This is a Tivoli large model that features a double figure 8 and then a circle around them. Its max height is 26 feet, a max speed of 22.4 miles per hour, and is 1,081.1 feet long. The reason why I put this one in last place is because it doesn't really do anything. The laterals are very weak, and it doesn't reach a high enough speed to deliver any strong forces. I don't have much to say about this coaster, so I'll give it a 2 out of 10. Next up, we have the Great Chase. This coaster is manufactured by E&F Myler Industries, and is a kiddie coaster located right outside the Looney Tunes Kids area near the Pandemonium and Flashback. This coaster is only 16 feet tall. Even though it is 10 feet shorter than Catwoman's Whip, I rank it higher because this little coaster is intense. It doesn't go as fast as Catwoman's Whip, but you get some fine laterals on these unbanked turns, and some very weak ejector airtime. I give this coaster a 3 out of 10 because it doesn't really do much compared to the bigger coasters.
Gotham City Gauntlet, Escape from Arkham Asylum is a steel wild mouse roller coaster located at Six Flags New England in Agawam, Massachusetts, USA.
According to coasterpedia.net, the elements in order include
Chain lift, hill, lock, brake, 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 button, hill, lock, brake.
These elements show how much of a great ride this is. Just joking. This Wild Mouse coaster is janky, rough, and has very strong, painful laterals. The cars are very uncomfortable. Little to no padding, and the restraints are painful when you're forced into the metal bar in the middle of the T-bar. I give this coaster a 3.5 out of 10. At number 9, we have Flashback. This is the first bigger coaster on this list, but bigger does not really mean better. Flashback is the park's Vekoma boomerang. As most people say about boomerangs, they're rough and don't have the best ride experience. Comparing this to Zoomerang at lake compounds, which I believe could possibly be the smoothest boomerang, this ride is very rough and I do not recommend it. The bulky restraints are not comfortable and you will hit your head several times. The violent punches are there from the start, especially when they shove the restraint right into your stomach. You get aggressively thrown around a lot through the cobra roll, and that rattle is still there through the vertical loop. Then you find out you have to do the entire thing backwards, which doubles the pain of everything. For appearance, this thing needs a new repaint. You can see the red and orange stripping off and the blue and yellow paint under it, as those were the colors before. This coaster gets a 4 out of 10 for existing. We have gotten to the point where I can say more positive than negative. Pandemonium is a Gerstlauer spinning coaster located across from Flashback. This 42-foot tall spinning coaster is enjoyable. It's smooth and good for families. The only con I have about this ride is how long the wait is. On empty days, it usually has a 20 to 30 minute wait. On an average day, it usually has a 45 to an hour wait. On packed days, it usually has a 1 to 2 hour wait. I don't think this wait is worth the ride. The ride does give a thrilling experience, though. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Riddler's Revenge is one of the many clone coasters at this park. This is a Vekoma SLC. I'd say that this is one of the better SLCs, even though I've only ridden one. Before 2018, this ride was called the Mind Eraser. The track was painted red with blue supports and included the old bulky Vekoma restraints. And I'll say that that was not the most pleasing ride experience. For the 2018 season, they painted the track green and the supports yellow and rethemed it to the Riddler. They gave him some new trains with some new vest restraints, which improved the ride experience by a lot. I will give this ride a 6 out of 10 for having an okay ride experience. At number 6, we have the Joker. This is another clone coaster at the park. The classic S&S 40 free spin found at almost every Six Flags park. I could probably say the same thing about every free spin. Every ride is different because the flips are completely random. Sometimes you can get no flips, and other times you'll get the best ride on this. There isn't really much to say about this coaster, so I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. At number 5, we have Goliath. This is the only defunct coaster I'm including on this list. Goliath was a Vekoma giant inverted boomerang, located right next to the Flashback, the park's other boomerang. I know, Six Flags thought this was such a good idea. This ride was known for being extremely rough. I won't go in depth because I have a full review of this coaster on my channel. Even though this ride was very rough, I enjoyed the one single ride I got on it. As a GP 9-year-old, this was my favorite coaster for a while. This coaster gets a 7 out of 10. At number 4, we have Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is the park's only wooden coaster, and it has been operating since 1941. This is one of the oldest operating roller coasters at a Six Flags park. This coaster is running very well for its age. It has a little rattle, which is present on almost all wooden coasters, and that's what makes the ride enjoyable. The trains are from PTC and feature buzz bar restraints. Even though this isn't an airtime packed coaster, there is one small hill that gives you death ejector airtime. Having these buzz bars and a lot of room, you can feel yourself being ejected and quickly return back to your seat. I give this ride a 7.5 out of 10. We have made it to the top 3 coasters in the park. At number 3, we have Batman, a B&M floorless coaster. In my opinion, this is a good floorless coaster. Some people may say that it doesn't do much or it's okay. I think it's good for what it is. Even though I've ridden Dominator, which is a much bigger and faster ride, I still have a place in my heart for this coaster. Maybe because it's my home park, insert nerd emoji. One of my favorite parts of this ride is the vertical loop, the first inversion experience on this ride. Almost every time I gray out at the top. I give this ride a 9 out of 10.
Block break.
This is the most difficult part of the video, the top 2 coasters. Wicked Cyclone is the park's RMC hybrid coaster, while Superman is the park's intimate hyper coaster. Wicked Cyclone packs intense elements into a tight space, while Superman has an out and back layout that focuses on airtime and a spaghetti bowl section that delivers strong laterals. I have enjoyed both of these coasters a lot, but when it comes to ranking them, it gets difficult. Even though these coasters are completely different, it's very hard to decide which is better. I have decided that Superman is the number 1 coaster at Six Flags New England. I chose it because of the awesome layout and how enjoyable the ride is. Wicked Cyclone is very close to Superman, to be honest. I still love you. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to Coaster Confusion for more coaster content, and remember, be you and keep riding coasters.